Welcome back to another sleepy story with Coach Snooze. Tonight, we drift into the calm, quiet greatness of one of the most underappreciated legends in basketball history, Tim Duncan. He wasn't flashy, he wasn't loud, but he was everything a team needed to win. A gentle giant with a soft bank shot and even softer demeanor. As the stars twinkle above and your breathing slows, let's take a slow walk through the legacy of the big fundamental. Tim Duncan didn't grow up dreaming of NBA stardom. In fact, he didn't even grow up playing basketball. Born on the island of St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands, Tim was a swimmer. Not just any swimmer. He was training for the Olympics, dreaming of gold in the pool. He was tall, lanky, and smooth in the water. But then, Hurricane Hugo hit in 1989. It destroyed the island's only Olympic-sized pool. And just like that, Tim's swimming future drifted away with the storm. So, he turned to basketball. At first, he was raw, clumsy, quiet. But over time, that quiet turned into focus. That clumsiness became control. And that tall, lanky swimmer? He became the most fundamentally sound player the NBA would ever see. All because of a hurricane. After picking up basketball late, Tim Duncan didn't rush into the spotlight. He stayed steady, stayed patient. When most top prospects jumped to the NBA early, Tim took the long road. He played all 4 years at Wake Forest University. That's rare, even back then. He spent quiet nights in the gym, working on footwork, studying angles, perfecting that smooth little bank shot off the glass. He wasn't trying to go viral. He was trying to get it right. And he did. He averaged a double-double in college and graduated with a degree in psychology. Fitting for a player who always stayed so composed. No drama, no noise, just long practices, silent leadership, and a growing reputation for being the best player nobody was talking about loud enough. It was 1997. The San Antonio Spurs had just come off a tough, injury-filled season. David Robinson, their franchise star, had missed most of the year. But that misfortune turned into a stroke of quiet destiny. The Spurs won the draft lottery, and with the #1 overall pick, they selected Timothy Theodore Duncan. No flash, no hype show, just a calm, reserved kid from Wake Forest, wearing a slightly oversized suit and ready to get to work. You joined David Robinson in the front court, and together they became known as the Twin Towers. Not loud, not brash, just tall, disciplined, and unbeatable in the paint. In his rookie season, Tim averaged 21 points, 12 rebounds, and nearly 3 blocks a game. And he did it all with the same sleepy face. No yelling, no celebrating, just fundamentals, just winning. That year he won Rookie of the Year. And the Spurs knew they didn't just draft a star, they drafted a foundation. Tim Duncan was never in a rush. He didn't trash talk. He didn't pound his chest after big plays. He'd hit a clutch jumper, then jog back down the court like it was just another day at the office. While other stars had signature celebrations, Tim had the blank stare, the calm nod, the gentle shrug. Reporters often struggled to get quotes out of him. He'd give short, thoughtful answers, no fluff, no drama, just real. Teammates said he was goofy in a quiet way. He loved Dungeons and Dragons. He collected knives and painted miniatures in his free time. Not exactly your typical NBA lifestyle, but that was Tim. Still waters, low voice, big game. He didn't need the spotlight. He just wanted to win, and maybe crack a dry joke or two when the cameras were off. In a league full of noise, Tim Duncan whispered his way into greatness. The NBA season was shortened. A lockout meant only 50 games. But the Spurs stayed steady. With Duncan in just his second year, he was already looking like a veteran. He led the team in scoring, rebounding, and blocks. No shouting, no distractions, just quiet domination. In the playoffs, the Spurs swept the Lakers. Then they swept the Blazers. And by the time they reached the finals, the world started to notice. This calm kid from the Virgin Islands was different. The finals were against the New York Knicks, a gritty, tough team. But Duncan didn't flinch. He averaged 27 points and 14 rebounds in the series. In the final game, he dropped 31 and 9. And just like that, he was named Finals MVP. At 23 years old, 2 seasons in, no big speech, no parade of emotions, just a handshake, a trophy, and a sleepy walk back to the locker room. The big fundamental was just getting started. After that first title in 1999, Tim Duncan and the Spurs didn't rush greatness. They just let it happen. In 2003, he was at the peak of his powers. He won MVP again, then led the Spurs to the championship, averaging 24 points, 17 rebounds, and 5 blocks in the finals. He nearly had a quadruple-double in the clincher. Seriously. 21 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists, 8 blocks. And what did he do after? Probably ate a quiet dinner. Maybe played video games. Because that's Tim. In 2005, it happened again. A 7-game slugfest against the Detroit Pistons. Tired legs, sweaty jerseys, and Duncan calmly dropping 25 and 11 in Game 7. Another Finals MVP. By 2007, it was almost unfair. The Spurs swept LeBron James and the Cavs, and once again, Tim Duncan was in the middle of it all, setting screens, grabbing boards, making bank shots off glass. Then, in 2014, at age 38, he helped the Spurs win one more. They beat the Heat in a rematch. A beautiful display of team basketball. Poetic, peaceful, perfect. That made 5 rings in total. No confetti dances, no wild celebrations. Just Duncan, standing there, smiling that sleepy smile. By the time the 2015 and 2016 seasons came around, Tim Duncan wasn't the same stat monster. His legs weren't as springy. His minutes dropped. But his presence, still towering. He mentored Kawhi Leonard, set perfect picks, directed traffic on defense like a sleepy general. He didn't chase farewell tours, didn't announce it was his last dance. He just kept showing up. In the same boring pre-game gear with the same blank stare. Then came July 11th, 2016. A simple press release. No speech, no stage, just words on a screen. After 19 seasons with the San Antonio Spurs, Tim Duncan has announced his retirement. That was it. No drama, no tears, just gone. He left with 5 rings, 2 MVPs, 3 Finals MVPs, over 26,000 points, and the respect of pretty much everyone. The Spurs released a tribute video. Fans lit up comment sections with, "Thank you, Tim." But Tim? He probably went home, made a sandwich, and watched cartoons with his kids. That's the Duncan way. In 2003, Tim Duncan averaged 23 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks. In 2004, he averaged 22 points, 12 rebounds, 2 blocks. In 2005, he averaged 20 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks. In 2006, he averaged 18 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks. In 2007, he averaged 19 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks. In 2008, he averaged 20 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks. In 2009, he averaged 19 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks. In 2010, he averaged 17 points, 10 rebounds, 1 block. In 2011, he averaged 13 points, 9 rebounds, 1 block. In 2012, he averaged 15 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks. In 2013, he averaged 15 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks. In 2014, he averaged 15 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks. In 2015, he averaged 9 points, 7 rebounds, 1 block. And that was the story of Tim Duncan. Quiet greatness, steady hands, a Hall of Fame heart. He didn't chase the spotlight. He just showed up and got the job done. Night after night, year after year. As your eyes get heavier and the room gets quieter, remember that not all legends are loud. Some just bank it off the glass and jog back on defense. Thanks for snoozing with me. I'll see you next time for another sleepy story. Until then, sweet dreams, Hoops fan, and good night from Coach Snooze.